Hello and welcome to 6 Minute English, the show that brings you interesting topics, encourages listening, practice, and 6 new items of vocabulary. And I'm Noel. We'll be discussing the rise of those little crowds we call emoji and emoticons. I think emoji are a virtual tool for communication, and actually they're not that new either. Oh really? Well, that's the perfect opportunity to ask this quick question. When were the first emoticons used? Was it A. Sitting or sit, B. 1862, or C. 1982? It must be 1982. I will go see. We'll find out if you are right or wrong later in the program. I think we should clear one thing up before we go any further. What's the difference between an emoticon and an emoji? Good point. Emoticons come first. Their image makes using the normal case on a keyboard, usually punctuations, letters, and numbers. For example, a colon, two dots, followed by the curved line of the globe graphics, ear, a smiley face, something you use in way too many of your emails. Well, thanks. Whereas an emoji is something completely different. It's an actual image. It could be a symbol, yellow, smiley face, or something like a dancing lady, or even a bowl of noodle. Yes, all those little images we have our phones. But you have to convince me. Why do the people use them so much? Well, let's listen to Professor if he wrote a book called The Emoji Card. They enable us to express emotions and empathy in digital communication. Increasingly, what we're finding is that digital communications is taking over from certain aspects of face-to-face interactions. In the UK today, for example, adults spend 22 hours online on average each week. One of the reasons emojis are so interesting is that they really do enable us to express our emotional self much more effectively. Okay, so here you a very useful word, empathy. It means the ability to show you understand someone else's feelings. Okay, tell me more then. Yes, adding an emoticons can show you understand and express emotion, and show you empathy more clearly. In digital communication, we lack up the visual signal we have in face-to-face interactions, as he said. Interactions meaning when people or things communicate with each other. We can also interact with things like the machine, computers, or social media. Yes, Professor even say 60% of information when we talking to each other come from nonverbal cues. Wow, that's a lot. A cue is a signal that you need to do something. For example, an actor goes on stage after their cue, and a nonverbal means without using spoken language. So here in the studio, there are lots of another nonverbal signal about how we're feeling nonverbal cues. For example, My facial expression, my body language, the look in my eyes. Then there gleams a break in somewhere. Yeah. Okay, so let's apply this to digital communication. Image I send you a text saying I hit my finger with a hammer. How would you respond? Well, it depends. Did you hurt yourself badly? If I follow it with a sad face emoji, then I guess I know you hurt yourself. Poor you. But if I follow it with a laughing emoji, that's when with the tears coming out because I'm laughing so much. Then I rapidly reply saying how much stupid and clumsy you are. Exactly without adding the emoji, it's hard to know the emotional state. The emoji is non-verbal cue like the facial expression. By the way, is there an emoji meaning clumsy? Clumsy means physical earthquake. Someone who's clumsy falls over a lot and drops things. Anyway, you were saying emoticons aren't as new as I think. Yes, I asked when they were invented. Is it A 86 or B 1862 or C 1982? I said A 1982. Well, in fact, a pretty big speech Abraham Lincoln reprinted in a newspaper as far back as 1862 include a semicolon with a close bracket, like like a like a winking phrase, like a winking phrase. Exactly. Talk the people think this was exactly just done typographical error, or what we are normally called a typo. A typo are spelling mistake made when typing too fast or carelessly. The official part of emoticons is usually given at 1982 when the U.S. professor entrusted his students to use smiley face to indicate shock in digital communication. Wow, so they are over 30 years old. Maybe I should start using them. Let's round up with another look in today's course. Sure, the first word we had were empathy. Do you have a lot of empathy now? Yes, I think it's quite good at understanding other people's feeling. My friends tell me that. Anyway, it's important to empathize with your colleagues too. That's not what I saw in your eyes. Yet empathy is an important part of all human interaction. Nicely done. If the two people interact, it means they communicate with each other and react to each other. It's a pretty broad term. We could also talk about the way children interact with the internet. Way too much mess up. We had non-verbal meaning without spoken language. When I first traveled into Poland, I used a lot of non-verbal communication to get my message across. Had moments counting with the finger, things like that. Next word then. Next word that's in my cue to say the next word, which in the first cue. A cue is a signal to do something. A commander could give his officer a cue to attack, or I could give you a cue to sing a song. No, thank. I will start with the defining word thank you, like clumsy means physical Aquas. I have to say then, you are a sporty guy, a talented footballer. You are not clumsy at all. Trời ơi, cái gì? That's what I thought until I broke my leg after clumsy opponents ran into me. Finally, we had tie. No hand or that's not right. It should be table. A table is a mistake in a written document or a digital file or a message. Always check your grades for a table before reading them now. And that's the end today. Sit Mini English. Please join us again soon. And we are on social media too. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. See you there. Bye.